Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Danjeri. Thank you so much for being here. You are amazing. Thank you for clicking on this video. I know I shot a video and completely disappeared. I'm gonna fill you in on that. So right now, let me know how you're doing in the comments. Let me know if you have a baby or not, or if you are looking to get a baby in the future, because this channel is all about motherhood now and who I'm becoming as a mom. I'm so sorry, honestly, for not being able to shoot the times that I wanted to shoot. And it's only because I had a newborn. My baby was still very young, was still very tiny. Well, she's still tiny, but you get what I'm saying. The newborn stage is the ghetto, guys. That's one time I was excited to start a YouTube channel, and then I couldn't be consistent because I didn't have help at the time and I was not like mentally ready to deal with the bandwidth that comes with creating content. And I want to say that right now I am okay. I have help now. I can do a few things here and there. It's true. The one who said a wife needs a wife, man, they knew exactly what they were saying. So I'm so happy to be back. I am over the moon, guys. I am over the moon, man. Like, whew, you can see how my face is beat. Just to make sure I represent. I mean, it's Dana. I'm definitely gonna represent regardless. So thank you so much for being here. And today, you already know what the title of the video is about. So you already know what we're going to talk about. Things they never tell you when you are pregnant. And it's crazy because I don't know if you can hear that noise outside. I hope you can't. And if you're hearing it, I hope it's very kidogo. We live next to a bar, not a barber. We live next to a carpenter and their machines sometimes can really be noisy. I'm really praying you're not hearing them. But anywho, so I want to tell you what you need to expect. When you've decided this is a pregnancy and I am keeping the pregnancy, I am going to be a mama. Guys, there are so many things that nobody tells you about, and it's crazy because I am here. I am your big sister. I am that bestie who's gonna tell you exactly what it is that you need to know now that you want to be a mama or you're pregnant or you're about to get your baby. Things to expect. This is for soon to be moms and moms who are pregnant already. So the first trimester. The first trimester is honestly a roller coaster because your body is adjusting to this foreign human being in your body. I hear people call them strangers. I don't like to say stranger, but yeah, this is a human being growing in your body, and your body is gonna let you know for a fact. Your body will be tired, you will feel sleepy. Some are active. Also, this is a disclaimer. Just know that it doesn't have to happen to you, but it happened to me. I'm gonna talk about the things that happened to me so that you can look out for, so that when you're pregnant, you are able to look out for and don't be alarmed when that happens. So the first trimester, it's okay, you've discovered you're pregnant and and now you're adjusting, you're trying to figure out, because personally I did one test. Honestly, I did one test and yeah, I was like, I'm pregnant and that is it. My first clinic nilienda kama 6 weeks hivi, and that's when like we were able to verify, yeah, it's a real pregnancy, it's a safe pregnancy, it's growing in the right place and things like that. So when you're pregnant, 6 weeks pregnant, for example, and you've decided to go to the clinic as the first time, what happens is the ultrasound is done from your vagina. I know, guys, I know. When you decide to be a mama, honestly, privacy unatupa huko nje ya choo. Like literally, unatupa kwa choo. It's crazy because, like when we go to high school, most of the times we share bathrooms. And I remember the first time I went to boarding school, I was supposed to share bathroom. So I was those babes of, I need to hide when I'm dressing up, da 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 da. But let me tell you, when you're a mom, you can just walk around with your boobs outside. Na hutaogopa. Bro, it's like you're it's like your privacy is thrown out the window. So yeah, that's number one. When you go to do your ultrasound, it's gonna be done from your vagina, especially in the early stages of your pregnancy. I'm thinking that's around maybe 1 to 10 weeks hapo. So ultrasound itafanywa from your vagina to verify if your pregnancy is okay, like that, like that, like that. Number two, your body will be tired. I know I started with that, but we'll go as we go. Just follow through. I'm cooking, okay? Let me cook. So your body is going to be tired the first trimester, and it's a roller coaster, honestly. And your body is going to show you things that you never knew. It's going to bring up issues that you never knew you had. If you have underlying issues, pregnancy is gonna double that. Because I remember I had reflux. I have reflux, and my reflux when I was pregnant was it skyrocketed. It's like reflux on steroids, bro. It was really bad. So if you have underlying issues, just know that pregnancy is just going to accentuate that. And I'm so sorry, but that's the reality. Yeah, so the first trimester is a bit of a roller coaster because the body is adjusting. You're feeling the nausea. I never used to throw up. I didn't have morning sickness per se. I just used to feel like I'm dying when I smell something that I didn't like at the time. I remember mine was eggs. If anyone made eggs in the house, nilikuwa tunawafukuza nawaambia, guys, go cook outside ama mwende mnunue mayai imepikwa, you eat. Because I couldn't stand the smell of eggs and then the smell of perfumes. Oh, they used to choke me. And then what's worse, I'm choking, but I'm not throwing up. Like I'm so nauseated, but I'm not throwing up. That I don't know. I prefer hata bora utapike than just having a constant nausea that is bugging you on a daily, non-stop until you get your pregnant, until you get your baby. Yeah, I suffered from nausea from the beginning to the end. That's number two. The third thing is first trimester. It can be a hit or a miss. A hit to mean it can go smoothly, and a miss to mean you can even end up being admitted in the hospital because you can't keep anything down. I was lucky. I was able to eat. My cravings were nyama. Hey, kwanza chicken in. It's crazy. Well, I've always loved chicken from Chicken In. Me ya KFC nasikianga ikionja cardboard. Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? You know, so yeah, the chicken I loved most was the meat I loved most was from Chicken In. And I remember going to the gyna the next visit, and she was like, you know what, your body is telling you something. So also listen to your body when you're pregnant. And at the time, my body was telling me to stack up my iron because you know nyama is giving you protein and such things. So yeah, basically that was how my first trimester was. A lot of nausea, my body feeling tired. I used to sleep anywhere. Sometimes I could even wake up in the morning, niko excited, I've stretched, I've journaled, I'm here, I'm excited to go to work, nalala. Yeah, just get in bed and sleep. I could even report to work at 3 p.m., bro. When you're pregnant, I don't even know how people who do 9 to 5, they manage 8 to 5 manage to be pregnant and go to work. Because pregnancy is you, hey man, pregnancy is a lot because you're just tired most of the times, especially someone like me who was never used to feeling tired all the time. I'm a very active person. At the time I used to go to the gym. I was a gym girly, and I was serious. In 2024 was the year I was gonna get my first abs. Abs ni wewe. So I even remember I tried to go to the gym when I was like 4 months hapo. Nilitry kwenda the first month, the second month, the third month. Nikiwa 4 months nilishindwa. I couldn't do it. So yeah, also give yourself grace, take care of yourself, be gentle on yourself. Don't do a lot of work that is going to make you bend because you see you need your spine to support that belly. you know. So you need to take care of yourself in the first trimester. Of course, take your supplements. Immediately you find out you're pregnant, please take your supplements. I used to take Pregnacare. Pregnacare was really good. It's heavy, it's strong. You need to eat it with food because of how strong it is. But trust me, it will give your baby and your body the nutrients that they require. Apparently, babies are born without iron the first 6 months. So if you don't take enough iron, then your baby will end up being anemic. And you don't want a baby mwenye anaenda hosi, because I've seen those hospital runs. We once went to the hospital when baby wasn't okay. Why? And you don't want to see your baby on that hospital bed. You don't want to see your baby going through the worst experiences. So please stack up on your iron. If the doctor gives you extra supplements, please do not hesitate on taking them. Take them, because your baby and your body will thank you for it. Okay, so yeah, so please take your supplements if you're pregnant. The other thing is that was trimester 1. Trimester 2, you start to feel like, hey, at least nausea si crazy, naeza manage. You start to feel like I can be myself a little. I'm feeling a little bit like myself, because the morning sickness, the whole thing is not as intense as it is. The cravings are not as intense on the second trimester. I'm talking about my experience, PSA. So I don't know about the other people who have been pregnant previously, but please share your experience. I would love to hear all about it. Please share your experience down in the comments. Yeah, so for my second trimester, it was a little bit smooth. I stopped craving nyama, and now my cravings kind of went. Sometimes I used to struggle with eating, but I really struggled with eating in the last trimester. But the second trimester, it was a bit smooth for me, but that's when you start feeling like your stomach is itching. That's when your stomach will itch. It will itch, and that itchiness is so yum. When you scratch your stomach, you feel like, oh, I can't stop. The itchiness is so good, bro. The stretch marks are coming. The stretch marks are coming. I'm telling you, me, I oiled my tummy. Nilikuwa naipaka mafuta. I think I have some. You see this turmeric oil? Hey, it was my best friend. Nilikuwa napaka kwa tumbo, napaka. Sometimes I used to paka Vaseline. Sometimes I used to paka the American oil. I used to paka my stomach, mafuta. But still, it never stopped itching. So just know itching is something that you're going to deal with. And you shouldn't be mad about it, because your body is going through all these changes, and I won't lie, it's annoying, but I don't know. If you feel itchiness, just rub in a circular motion, because also one thing I've learned is that you can't avoid stretch marks post-pregnancy. Zitakuwa, maybe you can minimize how many you'll get, but it's not something you can say hizo sipati, because I don't know any woman mwenye alipata ball and I don't know any woman who got pregnant and they ended up without stretch marks. So stretch marks is something you have to, if you hate them, please start coming to terms with it. As a pregnant lady, please start coming to terms with it, because the stretch marks are gonna stretch, and your belly will stretch. Your skin is going to stretch every time, every day your baby is growing. So for me, my second trimester, honestly, it was smooth. Nothing so hard. Nothing so difficult about my second trimester. Also, on the second trimester is when you find out the gender of the baby. Is it? Or towards the end? I think it's towards the end. Around 22 weeks up, or 23 weeks. Yeah, so yeah, that's actually during your second, that's towards the end of your second trimester. That's when you find out the gender of the baby. I remember when I found out the gender of my baby, I shouted, like I was just screaming with joy. And the first person I called was my mom, like, Mom, I'm going to have a girl. It was such a beautiful thing. Thank God for technology. Thank God for technology. I was able to find out the gender of my baby. I am so lucky I wasn't told the wrong gender. And it's so nice because the sonographer at the time told me, can you see? Those are the lips. That's how you know it's a girl. Because apparently when they're checking the ultrasound, of course now we've moved from the vagina, now we are checking the ultrasound from my belly. And the sonographer was really kind. She was so happy, and I'm like, "Hey, I was praying for a girl." Like she was a girl's girl. She was so happy for me as well, and I was so happy for myself as well. I called my mom, and then I called father of my child, and then I called my friends, and then now everyone knew I was gonna have a girl. I was so happy. Yeah. So I'm not those people. I remember my mom telling me, unajua, Emma, you want to find out the gender after you've gotten. I'm like, many answer couldn't have it to gender neutral. I want to be excited. I want to be excited when I'm buying like my baby stuff. Like I want to be, oh, my little girl. I want to get her dressed with so much pride, not just buy things for the sake of buying. Besides, I wouldn't have bought her anything. I wouldn't have bought a dress. Come on, like I didn't know the gender of the baby, you know. Higher. So basically, that was my second trimester. You will try and feel. I mean, during your second trimester, basically that's how you'll feel. You'll feel like your yourself kidogo. Your body won't be like tired as much. Utakuwa able to kufanya a few things here and there. And the second trimester, honestly, was a little bit smooth for me, and my cravings weren't even crazy. Honestly, nilikuwa tuna crave vitu kama fruits, yogurt, hivyo. Not crazy, ati nataka kunusa sijui mafuta sijui ya ndege. Those crazy cravings are crazy. Now that you're talking about cravings, let me think which one was my weirdest craving. My weirdest craving was omena. Kaina nikaletewa omena. They were so bad, and I've never eaten them again. Waiona omena imefurahiwa na ijakarangwa. They expect you to eat that with ugali. Nilienda kwa hoteli badala ya nijimekie. Yeah, so I think that was my craziest, like out of the normal food I eat. I think that was the craziest craving I ever had. And then now let's move to the third trimester. The third trimester is that's when my belly started showing. I started showing at around 7 months. I think 6.3 weeks apple. 6.3 months is when I started showing, and oh my god, kama belly if you're a big mama like me, your belly will take time to show, but I couldn't wait for it to show because even at work it's only like one of my friends peke yake ndiye alikuwa anajua and everyone else didn't know. So when the belly popped, people are like, oh my god, congratulations, oh my god, and the pregnancy privileges. Damn. Second trimester towards the end. Let's talk general. Let's just say it's the third trimester. So yeah, your belly will start showing. You'll start enjoying the bump. Honestly, being pregnant is it's beautiful in its own way. Of course, it has its hurdles, but the most part, it's just so beautiful when you remember you're creating a whole human being and nobody is like, oh my god, now that I think about it, pregnancy was really beautiful. And the attention you get in terms of help, like they help you. There's a time nimeshuka gari hivi, and then two men from nowhere. One held me on this other hand and the other one on this other side, and they were like, mama, let's like help you cross the road because you two of you need to be taken care of. I'm telling you, mimi akona kusimama kwa queues za anywhere, even at the bank. I remember a time nilikuwa nimeenda for to get my card, and man, nilirukishwa tu queue. Gosh, pregnancy privileges are real, I won't even lie. Like they're so real and they're so nice. Like you feel so appreciated, you feel so loved, you feel so proud of yourself that you're carrying this little human that everybody cares about, even strangers. It's now that I think about it, the best part of my pregnancy was the pregnancy privileges, among other things, of course. Okay, so pregnancy privileges are so beautiful. You want to feel so, man, like everyone just really cared, genuinely cared. See, Lati, kabarabara, when people are catcalling you because they want your number or they're just lasting over you. Aki, it was such a beautiful time of my life. I'm like, oh my God, everybody cares genuinely. They're not just like saying for the sake of saying. And it's so beautiful to see. And you don't realize how privileged you are to be able to carry such a beautiful life, to be able to nurture life in your body. Trust me, pregnancy is a bed of roses. It's not, but honestly, the privileges were privileging, and I loved it for myself. Towards the last trimester, there was also swelling of legs. That was my worst nightmare. None of my shoes fitted. I remember there's a time we were walking, and then my legs just really swell too. They became very swollen. I couldn't keep on the shoes I was wearing because they became really tight. So I bought some very funny looking Crocs. They're still here. My brother wears them. Imagine Crocs that my brother can fit. Do you know how big his foot is? Yeah, so my foot really grew bigger, but it was mostly because it was swollen. It was very it was gigantic. Oh, hyperpigmentation. Hey, that also became worse in my last trimester. My face was so dark, my neck was so dark. It's now that my color is now coming back. But I was so dark, my legs are still struggling to gain back their original color. Gosh, it was, man, everything ballooned. Honestly, everything ballooned. My nose, my face, my fingers, my legs. There was so much swelling. But I forgot to mention something. You remember when I was saying that when you have underlying issues, your body, your gyna and your blood work will tell you. Uh, I ended up developing diabetes. They call it GDM, gestational diabetes mellitus. So sijui ni type 2 ama ni type 1, I don't know. Your diabetes mellitus. Kuna kuanga na mellitus, no? I can't remember the other one. But yeah, so I developed GDM. I had to get that device for measuring my blood sugar. At some point, I was put on meds because my blood sugar was really high. So guys, if you're not gymming, if you're not taking care of yourself and you hope to have a baby, trust me, pregnancy and your blood work will tell you. Because you know, when you're pregnant, they pima everything. They make sure go through the lab and they have taken tests on everything about you. They have checked the hemoglobin, they have checked platelets, they wameangalia red blood cells, they've looked at the white blood cells. Like they check everything. It's like a thorough blood work. So if you have any underlying issues, just get it checked. And if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not taking your supplements, if you're not working out, if you have unhealthy habits, your pregnancy will tell you how unfit or unhealthy you are. And for me, my blood sugar was really high. That was because of my BMI. I was a bit bigger. Like I'm a plus size babe, and that also uh contributed to like a spiked blood sugar. Yeah, so the third trimester is when you get your privileges, is when everything starts to swell up, is when everything just starts to balloon. And my greatest shocker of all was that the lips of your vagina, they swell. Yeah. Nobody told me this. I was so surprised. I was so shocked. And I was like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? Because nilikuwa tu na feel tu some numbness nikaenda kwa loo. Okay, my lips had swollen, ni kama zinataka kubust. It's crazy. Nobody tells you about pregnancy, something like that about pregnancy. And I remember sharing a TikTok video and laughing about it. And then people came and said, Kai, even me, this happened to me. Even me, this happened to me. Some couldn't understand. But those who went through it, they got it. Because, man, what do you mean my vagina is swollen? The lips, not the vagina, really. The lips. Yeah. And then I'm like, that's when you're supposed to have sex a lot more to make way for your baby. And I'm like, I'm not about to do that. But then the other thing is that my libido was out of the, like, it was legit gone. Like, my libido was non-existent. And I was telling you about my libido. Pia, my libido was out of the window, non-existent. I didn't feel like doing anything. No, like, there was no way. There was no way. Also, you will struggle with dryness. If you are sexually active during your pregnancy, you will struggle with dryness. Don't be scared of using some lube. What else? Yeah, I feel like I've filled you in on how my pregnancy journey was, and I would really like to understand and to know how your pregnancy journey was and what were your downfalls, what were your highlights, did you develop any condition, what happened, and just basically let me know how your journey was. Please share in the comments. Do not hesitate. I've decided that we'll be talking about motherhood and anything in between, and parenting and everything about life, basically. But majorly, a lot of motherhood content will be uploaded. So please, all the moms, gather here and let me know. Tell me about your pregnancy journey. That is something I would really love to hear, because all the pregnancy experiences are just different and they are exciting, they're beautiful, until you get your beautiful girl or your handsome boy. And that said, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. I don't want to put pressure on you. Oh, road to sijui what, road to sijui what. No, I am also taking it slow on myself, because I'm also not trying to bite more than I can chew. And I really hope you had fun listening to this video and watching it at the same time. And I hope to see you in the next video. I am not sure when I'll be uploading, but look out for my Instagram. My Instagram is at Diane Jerry, and we'll be able to share when the video will be dropping. Thank you so much. See you on the next one. Ciao, ciao.